Yes, good morning, students. We are going to start with the second part of your chapter 7, Glimpses of India. And the second part given here is Coorg, 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 which is a very small district in Karnataka. You have done in social science the political map of India. And for this part, you have to take a political map of India, then color the state Karnataka and find out this area doing search on the net or in the atlas or somewhere about this area Coorg, and then mark it in that state. Clear? And you have to paste that map in your English notebook so that you can come to know about the location of this place properly. It should be pasted in your notebook. Take a political map. You have already done it in social science. You can find out easily the state Karnataka and then point out this particular district there, Coorg. As it is written in the very beginning of your text, that Coorg is coffee country, famous for its rainforests and spices. The other little introduction which I want to give you before we go for the chapter, it's a land of hills situated midway between Mysore and Mangalore. Mysore और Mangalore के बीच में ये एक hill station है which is very beautiful and wonderful hill station. Anyone who has visited out of you? This hill station particularly Karnataka में Coorg. No, many people visit it. It is very beautiful place. It is like heaven. स्वर्ग में जगह है कहते हैं ये. The land is inhabited by a race of great warriors. जो वहाँ पर रहने वाले लोग हैं उनमें बहुत से लोग जो हैं they are great warriors. They are linked with the wars. बहुत brave लोग हैं. Beautiful women and wild creatures. 3 features are given of that particular place. Great warriors, beautiful women, and wild creatures. The area is known for coffee estates, forests, and spices. One can reach this place by rail, by road, or by air, any route, whatever you prefer and feel comfortable. The people of Coorg are hospitable. You understand what is hospitable? मेजबान, बहुत ज़्यादा सेवा भाव जो लोगों में होता है. Yes, मेहमान नवाजी जिसको हम कहते हैं. Its landscape beauty is wonderful, and the famous river in this region is the Kaveri. You might have read that also in your social science about this river. Kaveri river flows from this region. So according to this description, if we go for the message and the theme of the part, the message or the idea of the writer is only to focus on that particular part and give us the description about the life, the lifestyle, about the people, about their predecessors, and the way they are leading their life and enjoying their life. That is the only purpose of giving this description. Otherwise, no particular theme is given. And what the writer wants us, that we should have the knowledge of different parts of our country. कि हमें अपने country के बहुत से ऐसे हिस्से हैं which are beautiful. Beautiful landscapes are there. They are having, it's a good hill station if you want to visit and enjoy in your holidays. So the writer wants us to visit these places because what is happening nowadays, आजकल हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि हमारे इंडिया के बहुत से जो young people हैं, youth जो है, they are going abroad. वो लोग बाहर जाते हैं घूमने के लिए, कोई enjoyment के लिए या holidays के लिए कोई trip arrange करते हैं अपना किसी भी celebration के लिए. But the writer stresses on this point by giving us all these glimpses of India that we have many beautiful places in our country also. We must first visit our own country, then go for the other countries. That means we must know about our own country first. कि हमारे अपने country में भी बहुत सी ऐसी अच्छी जगह है, बहुत सी अच्छी beautiful places हैं which are worth seeing. So the writer has given us the description of this area of Karnataka this district, this very small district of Coorg in a very detailed way that you can understand each and everything about this area. And then if you want, you can plan your holidays for this place to enjoy the beauty. Now look at the lines given to you in the text part. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. So this area, what is the location of this area? They say it is between the Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. It is a place just considered as heaven. स्वर्गमय जगह है, बहुत सुंदर जगह जिसको कहा जा रहा है, and people enjoy that. And the writer feels that it must have drifted from the kingdom of God, कि जो भगवान का राज्य था, kingdom था, उससे ये शायद हवा के साथ वहां पहुंच गई. That means to give this the beauty of that area, the writer has used this phrase. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. And these are the three main characteristics or the feature that we get in these hills. कि this land of rolling hills, बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें rolling hills जो हमें मिलती हैं, it is inhabited by, कि वहाँ पर कैसे लोग रहते हैं, proud race of martial men. Martial means those people who are having link with the wars, brave warriors, and beautiful women. Then we find their wild creatures. Coorg or Kodagu. Note down the other name given to this area. Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, which is the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen rainforest, spices, and coffee plantation. It is having evergreen rainforest. You know the meaning of evergreen rainforest. You have read in your geography also. And then it is having coffee plantation, spices and coffee plantation. Coffee के बहुत से बाग हैं यहाँ पर, spices मसाले जो हम use करते हैं घरों में. It is famous for evergreen rainforest, then spices and coffee plantation. Evergreen rainforest cover 30% of this district. Underline 30%. How much area is covered? 30% of the area is covered with these evergreen forests. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. During the monsoons, pours enough means काफी रेन होती है, वहां पर बहुत बारिश होती है, that it keeps the visitors away. To keep away many visitors, मतलब बहुत से लोग जो हैं इस एरिया में उस मौसम में आना अवॉइड करते हैं, इसलिए ये विजिटर्स को दूर रखती है. बहुत ज्यादा मॉनसून का टाइम होता है. And the best time is the season of joy commences from September and continues till March. Note down, underline, because all these type of questions can be covered in your MCQs. From September to March, the weather is perfect, it is pleasant, and people used to visit in this period only, with some showers thrown in for good measure. कुछ अच्छी showers होती हैं, but that is pleasant. It cannot curtail the visiting of the people. But otherwise, during monsoons, it keeps the visitors away. The air breathes of invigorating coffee, or in those areas, the air gives the fragrance or the scent of coffee plantation. Coffee की आपको खुशबू वहां पर आती है. Invigorating, otherwise in simply we have the meaning of having an enlivening or stimulating effect, कि आपको स्टिमुलेट करता है, आपको उत्साहित करता है, या आपको एक तरह से ऐसे लगता है जैसे आपके पास कोई लाइवली जिंदा चीज खड़ी हो तो आप उसको फील कर पाते हो. In the same way, when you visit this place, you have the fragrance or the scent of the coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. और main corners जो हैं, prime corners के अंदर बहुत बड़े बड़े trees हैं, उनकी canopies के अंदर उनकी जो जैसे umbrella type shape बनी होती है, उनके बीच में coffee estates भी हैं और इनकी colonies भी बनी हुई हैं, bungalows वगैरह बने हुए हैं. That means people live in that area also nearby the coffee estates. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. Now, how these people came there? What is the origin of these people or the descendants? How they started living in that area? They say the independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. Most probably, it is said that they are the descendants of the Greek people or the Arab people. And there is one story given behind this, how they come to know. They say, as one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. कि अलेक्जेंडर की आर्मी आई थी वहां पर, they moved along the south coast, and when their return became impractical, it was impossible for them to go back. तो वो उसकी आर्मी का कुछ पार्ट जो है वो वहां रह गया. So they settled down there. अलेक्जेंडर की आर्मी आई, उसका कुछ पार्ट जो था उनके लिए वापस जाना मुश्किल हो गया था. दे वर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड द वे टू गो आउट एंड दे सेटल डाउन देयर. और उनकी सेटलमेंट के साथ क्या हुआ? नेचुरली व्हेन द पीपल स्टार्टेड लिविंग, दे स्टार्टेड सेलिब्रेटिंग देयर ऑल रिचुअल्स एंड देयर ट्रेडिशंस एंड देयर मैरिजेस एंड द फंक्शंस आल्सो. So in this way, the people settled there, and these people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. और इस तरीके से इन लोगों ने वहां पर लोकल जो रेजिडेंट्स थे उनके बीच में इनके मैरिजेस सेटल होनी शुरू हो गई, और उनके कल्चर से कहते हैं इनके मार्शल ट्रेडिशंस के बारे में, इनके मैरिज के ट्रेडिशंस के बारे में, और इनके जो रिलीजियस राइट्स थे, रिचुअल्स थे, जो भी उनके मैरिज के टाइम पे या रिलीजन के बेस्ड कुछ भी ट्रेडिशंस थी, वो अलग से नजर आती हैं देन द मेन स्ट्रीम ऑफ द हिंदूज. कि वहाँ जो रहने वाले दूसरे हिंदूज थे उनके रिचुअल्स और उनकी ट्रेडिशन से इनकी ट्रेडिशंस और रिचुअल्स अलग से नजर आती हैं when they celebrate any occasion or any marriage. So in this way they thought that they had started taking the culture of those people also. It is mixing with the mainstream people and the people who stayed there from the Alexander's army. It is the one story that goes in the tradition time. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kodavos, known as Kupia. Note down again the names. The people living in that area are known as Kodavos, and they are also known as Kupia. They say there is one more proof or the support that we get for their origin from the Arabs. कि हमें एक और support क्या मिलती है? एक theory of Arab की origin की क्या है? That draws the support from the long black coat. उनकी ड्रेस से भी हमें पता चलता है कि वो अर्ब ओरिजिन से लोग हैं, कुर्ग में रहने वाले. क्या पता चलता है? दे यूज्ड टू वियर ब्लैक कोट विद एन एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड वेस्ट बेल्ट. कि उनके वेस्ट के ऊपर एक बेल्ट होती है विच इज एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड, उसके ऊपर कढ़ाई एम्ब्रॉयडरी की होती है. दैट इज, एंड दीज पीपल आर नोन एज कोडावर्स और कुपिया. इट रिजेंबल्स द कुफिया worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. कि उस टाइम पे जो रहने वाले लोग थे कुफिया और कुर्ड्स, उनकी ड्रेस के साथ ये रिजेंबल करती है. इसलिए ये एक और प्रूफ है. एक तो अलेक्जेंडर वाली स्टोरी बताते हैं कि उसके आर्मी के कुछ लोग जो थे वो वहां पर रह गए और उनको वापस जाने का रास्ता नहीं मिला, एंड दे सेटल डाउन देयर. एंड द सेकंड प्रूफ वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम the dress, because the dress these people wear that resembles to kufiya worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. Arabs और Kurds जो dress पहनते थे that was known as kufiya, और उनकी उस dress के साथ इनकी dress की resemblance है. That's why this is another proof that they have the origin from the Arabs. Kurgi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. और जो लोग यहाँ पर रहते हैं, as we are told in the very beginning that they are very hospitable, मेहमान नवाजी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा वो जाने जाते हैं. And they are more than willing, and they are very much fond of. More than willing means बहुत शौक के साथ वो अपने बेटों की, अपने फादर्स की स्टोरीज जो हैं, टेल्स ऑफ वेलर्स मीन्स बहादुरी की स्टोरीज, वेलर्स मीन्स ब्रेवरी, उनकी लड़ाई की में कैसे उन्होंने स्ट्रगल करा, या उनकी बहादुरी की बहुत सी स्टोरीज जो हैं न्यूमरस अनगिनत स्टोरीज, बहुत ज्यादा नंबर में स्टोरीज वो सुनाने के लिए हमेशा फॉन्ड ऑफ रहते हैं। उनको शौक है कि वो दूसरों को अपने बेटों की, अपने फादर्स की जो भी उनकी बहादुरी की कहानियां हैं वो सुनाएं, एंड दे आर ऑलवेज रेडी फॉर दिस। द कुर्ग रेजिमेंट is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army. And another feature for their bravery, we come to know from this that the Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army. Most decorated here means they have achieved many awards. Decoration here does not mean कि उनकी सजावट की गई है, it is that means they are getting so many awards, बहुत से उन्होंने awards हासिल करे हुए हैं, that's why it is called decorated. And the Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army. Indian Army में Coorg regiment जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा इन्होंने maximum awards जो हैं bravery के लिए war में हासिल करे हुए हैं. And the first chief of the Indian Army, General Cariappa, was a Coorgi. Note down another feature कि जो फर्स्ट चीफ थे इंडियन आर्मी के, जनरल करीपा, दैट ऑल्सो बिलोंग्स टू कुर्ग, वो भी इसी जगह के रहने वाले थे. इवन नाउ कोडेवास आर द ओनली पीपल इन इंडिया परमिटेड टू कैरी फायर आर्म्स विदाउट अ लाइसेंस, and for their bravery they are getting the benefit also कि only this is the area in India where people are allowed to carry firearms without any license. Otherwise आपको कोई भी weapon रखना हो तो you have to take a license, you have to apply for that and get a license from the government side. But these people are allowed to use or carry these firearms without a license because they are very brave and government has given them this special privilege. The river Kaveri. Now the next passage tells us about the river. River Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. किसके अंदर जो पानी आता है इस रिवर कावेरी में, that is from the hills and the forests of this area. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. Underline the name of this fish, Mahasir, large freshwater fish. Freshwater के अंदर ये fish होती है, that is in plenty. Abounds means बहुत ज़्यादा quantity में, abounds in these waters. It is found in plenty. Kingfishers dive for their catch, and those who are the kingfishers, they dive in the water of this river to catch those this fish. And while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. See the wild creatures there, they are also enjoying their activities. They say there are squirrels and langurs, they eat half of the fruit and then throw that fruit into the water just to enjoy the rippling of the water waves and the splashing of the water. कि जब आधा खाकर वो ऊपर पेड़ के ऊपर बैठे हैं, ऊपर से गिराएंगे तो पानी के छींटे पड़ेंगे ना, splashing of the water, और पानी की लहरें जो हैं वो भी एक rhythmical tone में move करेंगी. So just to enjoy those ripplings of the water, the effect of that clear water and the splashing, they take half of the fruit and in mischief, just to enjoy this activity, they throw the rest of the fruit in the water. And elephants, they also enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahavats. Mahavats क्या होते हैं? The owner of the elephants, those who take care, जो उनका ध्यान रखते हैं, जो उनको पालते हैं एलिफेंट्स के. तो इस तरीके से कहते हैं जब वो उनको पानी में लेकर जाते हैं नहाने के लिए या उनके बॉडी को स्क्रब करते हैं तो दे ऑल्सो एंजॉय द एक्टिविटीज इन द वाटर. सो इन दिस वे दीज एनिमल्स और द क्रिएचर्स दे ऑल्सो एंजॉय in that Kaveri river for this water activities. The most laid back individuals become converts to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. And the next passage gives us the adventurous activities which these people enjoy, and even those who visit, they also enjoy these activities. And the writer says that the most laid back individuals means those who are not open up with the adventurous activities, जो enjoy नहीं करना चाहते, वो पीछे पीछे रहते हैं, वो भी कहते हैं वहां जाकर full of energy हो जाते हैं, and they also enjoy these type of activities. The most laid back individuals means those who are kept behind, those who don't want to enjoy the things. They become converts to the life of high energy adventure वो भी वहां जाकर कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं, मीन्स चेंज हो जाते हैं, एंड दे आर ऑल्सो चार्ज विद हाई एनर्जी फॉर दीज एडवेंचरस एक्टिविटीज विद रिवर राफ्टिंग, canoeing and rappelling. Note down these activities, what they are telling. Rafting is traveling in a river in a raft, that is a floating platform made by trying tying planks together. प्लैंक्स वुडन पीसेस को बांध कर एक प्लेटफॉर्म सा बनाया जाता है, और उसके थ्रू जब वो रिवर के अंदर मूव करते हैं, जस्ट लाइक ए बोट, जैसे आप चलते हो ऐसे ही राफ्टिंग होती है. एंड द कैनोइंग इज अनदर लार्ज नैरो बोट, जिसके थ्रू पानी के अंदर, रिवर के अंदर वो मूव करते हैं. एंड रैपलिंग इज गोइंग डाउन ए क्लिफ बाय स्लाइडिंग डाउन अ रोप, रस्सी के साथ क्लिफ से, चट्टान से जब वो नीचे उतरते हैं पहाड़ियों से. देन रॉक क्लाइंबिंग, दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड, क्लाइंबिंग ऑन द रॉक्स, उनके ऊपर चढ़ना चट्टानों के. एंड माउंटेन बाइकिंग. तो इस तरीके से these are the adventurous activities which these people enjoy: river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with the trekkers or those who do trekking. यहाँ कोई वॉक करना चाहता है, चलते हैं, पैदल भी चलते हैं, तो उनके लिए बहुत से ट्रेल्स मीन्स पाथ्स, रास्ते बनाए गए हैं. पाथ्स आर क्रिएटेड बाय वॉकिंग इन दैट एरिया ऑल्सो टू एंजॉय दीज एक्टिविटीज. Birds, bees and butterflies are there to give you company. And then we have so many birds, bees and butterflies there who give the company, and people can enjoy their activities also. Macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs and slender lories keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. ट्री के कैनोपी मीन्स टॉप के ऊपर बैठकर ये सारे क्रिएचर्स जो हैं वहां पर, मैकॉज एशियन monkeys होते हैं. These are the monkeys which are found in Asia. Then Malabar squirrels, langurs and slender lories, these are also nocturnal creatures. They keep a watchful eye, that means a vigilant eye, from the tree canopy. ट्री की कैनोपी के ऊपर बैठकर बड़े ध्यान से एक्टिविटीज को नोट करते हैं सारी. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. And even the writer says he preferred to see the activities of the elephants also whenever he went there. The climb to the Brahmgiri. Now the last paragraph is telling us the beauty of this area, how the scenic beauty and the landscape beauty of this area can be enjoyed, and what are the worth seeing places there. The climb to the Brahmgiri hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. कि अगर आप इस कुर्ग के मिस्टी लैंडस्केप को एंजॉय करना चाहते हो, पैनोरामिक व्यू मीन्स अ वंडरफुल व्यू ऑफ द होल वाइड एरिया ऑफ लैंड, you must climb on the Brahmgiri hills. There are Brahmgiri hills जहां पर आप चढ़कर ऊपर इसका पूरा व्यू जो है, वंडरफुल व्यू आप ले सकते हो. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargandam. Another place is the island of Nisargandam, and which can be enjoyed with the rope bridge. रस्सी के साथ पुल के ऊपर आप इसको एंजॉय कर सकते हो. It leads to the 64-acre island. Note down this measurement that is given: 64-acre island of Nisargandam, running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakupu. Means nearby एक और area है Bailakupu, which is known for the Tibetan Buddhist monks. It is the settlement of the Tibetans, which is also a worth seeing place, and it is just like a bonus. मतलब ये दो चीजें तो हैं ही हैं कुर्ग में, ब्रह्मगिरी हिल्स and island of Nisargandam. Or if you go to the nearby place of the Tibetan settlement where you can see the Buddhist monk, this is another benefit, just like a bonus. And where you can see the monks in red, ochre and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. This is just like the heart and soul of India, this area of Coorg, where you can enjoy the surprises of looking at the monks who are dressed up in the different colors, red, yellow or ochre color. Ochre is earthly, usually red or yellow mixed सा color होता है. And you can enjoy the beauty of that area also, and surprises at looking at the monks who are found in that area. And this area of India, Coorg, is considered as the heart and soul of India. So after this, they have given you in the box how to reach. If you want to go, there are different options given to you, and the distance is also told to you. Madhikari, the district headquarters, is the only gateway to Coorg. The misty hills, lush forest, coffee plantation will cast a spell on you. Spell होता है जादू की तरह आपको मस्त कर देते हैं, मतलब आप खो जाते हो उसी चीज में. Find a resort, coffee estate, or stay in a home for a truly Coorgi experience. By air, if you want to go, the nearest airports are Mangalore, that is 135 kilometer, and Bangalore 260 kilometer. There are flights to Mangalore from Mumbai and to Bangalore from Ahmedabad, Chennai, Delhi, Goa, Hyderabad, Kochi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Pune. The different areas se flights jati hain if you want to visit by air. Then by rail, the nearest rail heads are at Mysore, Mangalore, and Hassan. By road, there are two routes to Coorg from Bangalore. Both are almost the same distance, around 250 to 260 kilometers. The route via Mysore is the most frequented one. Mostly लोग जो हैं इस route को follow करते हैं. The other route is via Neelmangal, Kuningal, and Chanarya Napatna. इस route से आप by road जो है वो भी visit कर सकते हो. So in this way, they have given you the detailed description of this area, which is the small